So the Kilo is back and it's absolutely nasty on Warzone. That's right, if you haven't heard, it actually got buffed in the last update and it's now better than the NZ41. But guys, the Kilo hasn't really been the best gun in a long time, and I know some of y'all are either newer to the game or are playing on different accounts or just never leveled this gun up. So if you don't have this Kilo leveled up, don't worry, your boy Gunny got you with some low level classes. I got you with classes level 10, 20, 30 all the way to max level. And I'll show gameplay with each build so you know just what you're getting and you can see just how good these builds are. I mean, I tested this gun out with low levels and it was even smacking with low level classes. And when you max it out, I promise this is the best assault rifle in the game right now. And at the end, I drop in with a Kilo and drop an absolute banger gameplay for y'all, so stick around. So guys, if this video helps you out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss one of these low level classes. And I don't want to waste too much time on the intro, so let's get right into these classes, man. Let's go. So at the level 10 build, there's not really much you can do. It is level 10. There's only 4 attachment slots that we can put on. However, the build is actually pretty solid at this level 10 build. So at level 10, we do have the tactical suppressor to keep you off the radar. For the optic, we can put on the hollow sight. And if you have it, I recommend putting on the blue dot. For the magazine, we can put on the 50 round. And for the perk, we have FMJ. And honestly, at the level 10 build, there's not really much you can do. These are the only attachment sets you can unlock. But honestly, don't worry. This gun is actually really good on Rebirth. You don't have some of the better attachments. I wouldn't recommend this build on Caldera yet if you're a Caldera player. But this is definitely solid for Rebirth. It has close to mid ranges and the damage on the base weapon is already great enough. So with this level 10 Kilo, we don't have an underbarrel on it, so you will notice that there is a little bit of a kick on this weapon. It's honestly not too bad, but it is noticeable. You do have a little bit of recoil, whereas when you get to the level 20 build and you do have the commando foregrip, it has a lot less recoil. So if you're wondering about the recoil on this weapon, don't worry, when you get to level 20 you'll have a lot less recoil. It's just at this level 10 build you don't have the underbarrels unlocked, but that's okay. This is still a solid build for Rebirth. Now honestly, I wouldn't recommend trying to beam across the map with this build. Try to keep it close quarters. You don't have that much range, you don't have the long barrel, you don't have the monolithic suppressor yet, so keep the gunfights short to mid range. Alright, so coming in with the level 20 build, we do unlock the commando foregrip. That's actually the first underbarrel to unlock, so we're actually going to put that on. For the muzzle, we can keep the tactical suppressor. For the optic, we can keep the hollow sight. For the magazine, we can keep the 50 round until we get to the 60 round. And for the stock, we can actually put on the first stock. That's going to plus your aim walking movement speed. And this is going to be a good option until you unlock one of the first barrels at level 30. So with this level 20 Kilo, you do notice that there's a lot less recoil. And that's due to the commando foregrip that we just unlocked. It's going to help a lot with the recoil. It's actually not bad at all. But again, we don't have any barrels attached and we don't have the monolithic suppressor attached. So with this level 20 build, I recommend only using on Rebirth and Fortune's Keep. Those two maps, they have really good close to mid-range gunfights. This build is actually going to be really solid on Rebirth and Fortune's Keep, but I don't recommend it for Caldera yet. All my Caldera players, wait for the level 30 build and it's going to be a lot better for Caldera. Alright, for the level 30 build, we finally unlocked one of the first barrels. So we can take off that stock and put on the 16.6 inch barrel. This is going to give you plus damage range, plus bullet velocity, and plus recoil control. So obviously this is one of the better options until you get to this 19 inch barrel, but we don't have that unlocked at level 30 yet. And also at level 30, we can upgrade the magazine from the 50 to the 60 round. And that's going to be the best option. You don't want to mess around with the 100 round mag. You can switch the hollow sight out with the VLK scope. Now this is honestly based on personal preference, whatever you like. If you don't like the hollow sight, use the VLK scope. Personally, I only use the hollow sight if you have the blue dot unlocked, because honestly the base reticle on the hollow sight, it's kind of nasty, it's kind of clunky. You'll notice in game that it takes up too much of the screen, it's not clean. So I only recommend the hollow sight if you have the blue dot, but if you don't have the blue dot, don't worry, you can just use the VLK scope. Now with this level 30 build, it does have a lot more range thanks to the barrel. So all my Caldera players, you can finally take this gun into Caldera if it's only level 30. Don't worry, you're gonna have a lot more range on this weapon, especially with the VLK scope. You're gonna be able to see a lot further and you're gonna be able to take a lot longer gunfights. This build is great for Rebirth, Fortune's Keep, and Caldera. It has great range, damage, and accuracy. And even at the level 30 build, I was dropping bangers with this gun. And I think that's what we all love about the simplicity of the Modern Warfare guns. It doesn't take much to make the guns good. It's all in the base weapon. It doesn't take 10 attachments like the Vanguard weapon. All the attachments make sense. And I think that's what we all love about the Modern Warfare guns. So at level 40, we do have the next barrel unlocked, and this is going to be the best barrel to use on the kilo. So put on the 19-inch barrel. All we're missing is the monolithic suppressor. We actually don't unlock the monolithic suppressor until weapon level 68. So this is going to be a huge jump from the level 40 build all the way to the max level build, and the max level is actually 69. So for now, I recommend just using this build all the way until you get to the max level, and when you get to the max level, put on the monolithic suppressor. You don't want to mess around with any of these other muzzles. The breacher device, melee damage, you don't really need that. The muzzle brake, it already has really good recoil, so you don't need that. The lightweight suppressor, it minuses the damage range, so you don't want that. The compensator has plus recoil control, but you already have really good recoil, so I would say just rock with the tactical suppressor until you get to the monolithic. And from level 40 on, you can use this build until you get to the max level build. Now with the 19-inch barrel, you're gonna notice a lot more range on this weapon. I mean, even without the monolithic suppressor, I still think this is the best assault rifle in the game. It's definitely better than the NZ41, even without the monolithic suppressor. This gun is just so good. They buffed it to the max, and honestly, this gun can do it all. The close range gunfights, the mid range, the long range gunfights. You can use it on Countera, Fortune's Keep, and Rebirth. And even without the meta attachments, it's still the best gun in the game. So that just goes to show how good this kilo is, man. So with the max level build, we finally unlocked the monolithic suppressor. This is actually going to be unlocked at weapon level 68. So it's a huge jump between the level 40 build and the max level build. It's about 30 weapon levels of attachments that you don't even need. So just skip all those attachment unlocks until you get to the monolithic suppressor. And here with the meta build, we have the monolithic suppressor, the 19-inch barrel, the commando foregrip, the 60 round. And for the optic, you have two options. You can use this VLK optic, and the other option is the holographic sight. But I only recommend this sight if you have this blue dot reticle paired with it. Now, if you don't have the blue dot and all you have is the default reticle, I recommend using the VLK scope. In my opinion, the holographic sight with this default reticle is just not good. It takes up too much of the screen, so only use the holo sight if you have the blue dot. If not, don't worry, use the VLK scope. Now with the max level build, you finally have the max amount of range you can put on this kilo. It has crazy damage. It has a faster TTK than the NZ41, and honestly, it has the fastest TTK among all the assault rifles in the game right now. Now guys, I hope you enjoyed these low level classes, and if this helps you, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss one of these low level classes again. And guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Take it easy.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Contract accepted. Located a supply box. Enemy UAV active. Watch your 6. Resurgence will be gone soon. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Resurgence has been closed. Gas inbound. Enemy UAV active. Top 5. Let's be the last. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone. Enemy precision airstrike. That's the new safe zone. Gas is closing in. It's right on your tail.
Target fated. Here comes the airstrike.
This is Phoenix 3. Strike it now. Primary objective